Well, welcome back to our podcast. I'm really excited today about this topic that we're going to be sharing for just a few moments. But before I do, I want to tell you a little bit about our book. It's really getting a lot of feedback from some really great people. You know, the book is endorsed by two really great New York Times bestsellers. And, you know, you can't help but have, you know, somebody like a Ken Abraham and Dave Ramsey who support your book. That means a lot to a writer. And obviously, these two guys see value in it, and I hope that you will sit down and not only purchase it, but discuss it with your family, because the book was really, really written for you and your family and your children and grandchildren to cherish and so they can appreciate your own legacy story. Today, I want to talk a little bit about something that's really dear to my heart, and that is to really think about in starting your story. People ask, well, where do I begin? And to me, I think you should begin with the end in mind. In other words, what do you want to leave to your family, your kids, and what are the stories that you want to leave? To me, I was excited to leave some information I had no idea about before I started this book 3 years ago. And one of the stories was about my 6-time great-grandfather, and realizing the risk that it took him to get from Gießen, Germany, all the way over here to America, and the risk that he took. And I was so excited. I've taken risk in my life, but I was so encouraged that there was other people in my life that took really significant risks that were even greater than mine. And I really want to encourage you to be thinking about what is it you want to pass down, some really important stories about you and your family, and that you think are important for your kids and your grandkids to follow. So to me, that's a beginning point. Another thing is to really humbly and seriously seek God in prayer and clarity about the intentionality about where you're wanting your life to go. There's nothing more important to me than leaving impressions and imprints on people that have purpose and meaning. And, you know, I don't know about you, but for me, it's great to have a father or mother or grandfather or somebody who's kind of set in order some steps for you and for your life. And so you don't have to create all these new steps by yourself. Somebody's already put some imprints and some places for you to follow. And to me, that's a teachable gift that we're passing down, and it's intentional. And so I really encourage you to, in the book, as you're reading through, start answering those questions with, what am I doing intentionally to help my own children, my own family? And I think you'll see that it will help you move through those processes. The other thing is, I think those footprints that you and your family have that, you know, leave a successful foundation. One that includes, let's say, I like to call it the 5 F's: faith and family, friends, fun, and a future. And to me, those are really important things in the Mock family. We believe that if you're going to be if we're going to be a family of intention, we need to have fun. We need to realize that our faith is important, but and our family is important, and our friends, and our fun. But we also want to be thinking futuristically. What do we want to do? What kind of heritage, what kind of traits do we want to pass down to our kids, our grandkids, and our friends? And what imprints are they making on us? And are we jotting those down? So there's that interplay between family, friends, and your faith that's kind of rounding out the whole family. And lastly, probably the most touching thing about my life, and I started this early on with my kids, and I get a little emotional when I think about it, but I started when they were young, just writing them and expressing how much they meant to me. And I still do that today. You know, I love my children, and there's nothing more important for me at Christmas or Thanksgiving or on their birthday or whatever that occasion might be, to say how much they mean to me and how much God has blessed me with them being in my life, you know. And so, excuse me, but to me, that's the important part about why this book is so important, is I share some really special letters to my kids. And there's some things that I've done with them lately, because they're all trying to get married off on me. And so I'm trying to do special things with them. And we have done those things now. And I'm just really excited for not only when they were kids, but now they're older. They're still my children, and they're still special. So I hope that you've got some imprints during this particular podcast, and that you'll carry it throughout your lifetime. God bless. Thanks again for joining us.